By 1824, tension across Wiradjuri Country had reached breaking point. British settlers kept pushing further west, fencing sacred hunting grounds, seizing water sources, and shooting at Wiradjuri people who dared to return to their own lands. It wasn't just invasion, it was erasure. And the Wiradjuri had had enough. Windradyne, known to the colonists as Saturday, became the face of resistance. Under his command, small, fast-moving Wiradjuri groups struck without warning. They burned crops, destroyed outstations, and reclaimed cattle that grazed on stolen ground. It was hit-and-run warfare perfectly adapted to the rugged Australian bush. Settlers panicked. To them, Windradyne wasn't just a man, he was a ghost, a nightmare that struck from the trees. The colonial government's answer: brutal force. In August 1824, Governor Brisbane declared martial law across the Bathurst region, effectively giving settlers and soldiers the right to shoot any Wiradjuri person on sight. The violence that followed was horrific. Entire camps were wiped out. The British called it pacification, but for the Wiradjuri, it was a massacre, one of many across the frontier. Yet, even in the face of annihilation, Windradyne refused to bow. He kept fighting, striking where the colonists least expected, and protecting his people from total destruction. His courage and leadership turned him into a legend among his people, and even some settlers began to admire his honor. Eventually, after months of bloodshed, Windradyne realized that endless war would only bring more suffering to his people. In a powerful gesture of diplomacy, he made his way east unarmed to the governor's estate at Parramatta, hundreds of kilometers away. When he arrived, he was wearing a headband made of reeds, the Wiradjuri symbol for peace. He was accompanied by several other Wiradjuri men, and despite everything that had happened, the settlers allowed him to speak with Governor Brisbane. This meeting became one of the most iconic moments in early Australian history. A warrior chief, once branded an outlaw, now standing face to face with the man who had ordered his people's destruction. The governor reportedly respected his bravery and agreed to end the violence. The declaration of martial law was lifted shortly after. For the first time in years, the Wiradjuri could breathe, though their lands would never be the same again. Windradyne returned home to his country near the Macquarie River, where he continued to lead his people peacefully until his death around 1829. To his enemies, he was once a rebel. To his people, he remains a hero, a leader who defended his land with dignity, intelligence, and extraordinary courage. Today, his story stands as one of the earliest and most powerful examples of Aboriginal resistance in Australian history. The town of Bathurst now honors him each year with the Bathurst War Memorial, and his name is finally being remembered not as an outlaw, but as a patriot, a man who fought for justice on his own soil. Because in the end, Windradyne's war wasn't just about survival. It was about identity, the right of a people to exist, to belong, and to never be forgotten.